What's up, YouTube? This is Taliban86, aka TB of Taltech Gaming, and this is the road to 100 subscribers. So please smash that like for me, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell. That way you can capture me when I'm live or new content is in or on the way. So now, with that being said, jumping into a brief description of the video. Of course, everybody knows that Treyarch released their information on the FRIEBASE Z map, and that's releasing on February 4th. So now, with that being said, this is just a perfect time to go ahead and seal the deal for those of us who don't have the actual achievement or the Easter egg yet for Maschine. So hopefully this definitely helps you, and like I said, just hit a like, leave a comment, and definitely subscribe for me. So with that being said, with no further ado, let's go ahead and get this underway. Now, first, the field upgrade, having that upgraded to tier 3, very helpful. Active Shroud, I definitely do recommend it. Now, make your way through the Omega Outpost when you got enough money built up. It took me through level 8. Now, I shot the actual fuse box in the cockpit just to go ahead and pop that open. I'll explain later why. Now, make your way down to the actual particle accelerator room where you need to turn the power on. Now, once you turn the main power on, just turn the terminal to your left and the terminal on the right on, and that will spawn in the first anomaly, and that will lead you to your first and only pack-a-punch piece that you need to build the machine. Now, once you head into the first anomaly that spawned in, you make your way to the crash site and you grab that fuse that you shot earlier and make your way through that anomaly tunnel. It'll be marked by a little asterisk or star on your screen. Now, it'll drop you off by the machine part. Go ahead and collect it and make your way back to the middle of the particle accelerator room where you can build that pack-a-punch. I'm sure everybody does have a lot of these steps, but like I said, this is just from start to finish how to go ahead and get that quick, seal the deal. Next up, a round or two later, the major he'll come on and tell you about the radioactive levels and how they're getting higher. And basically that just means that a megalodon is about to spawn in, one of the first ones. So headshots, they of course do the most damage, and of course with pack-a-punch guns, they are a huge help. The monkeys are a help always. So now, once you do get him down, as far as his damage goes, it will be for a little while he'll be invulnerable, and then he will split into two halves. Now, they kind of work with a little bit of tactics. One chases you sometimes while the other sits back, and then he does launch some of the radioactive blasts at you sometimes. Go ahead and grab the key card. Now, once you have that key card, you want to make your way all the way back down to the weapons lab, where the actual mixture box sometimes spawns in. And in the corner of that, you'll see a little area where you can insert the key card, and then it'll pop out the die remote control about a second later. Now, take that die remote control back up to the spawn area and head through the door that you didn't open that leads to the living room. And on your left, you'll see where you can turn on the die remotely. Now, what that does, it'll go ahead and fill up the die weapon, and basically that just sucks up the essence of any nearby zombies. And once that's finished, you'll hear the AI or so tell you that the weapon storage is at capacity. So once that happens, you want to make your way back in. Once you clear all the zombies out, make your way back to that crack in the wall, and you'll have an option to discharge the die. Now, that'll blow the doors off. Then you have access to the actual free die machine wonder weapon. Now, this is the Shockwave, and it's very fitting as far as the name goes. I'm sure you already have this. The right trigger shoots, and the left trigger does inhale the essence of zombies, or it'll suck up necessary objects. So now, as far as the upgrade for this machine is, head to the penthouse and you'll see a crate on the left side of the wall. Shoot it and knock it down. Now, on the opposite side where that crate is, you'll see that there's a canister in that corner. Press the reload button, which will suck, and you'll have access to that canister once it shoots it near you. Just grab that, then make your way back down through the crash site and to the pond so you can grab the item that fell from that crate, a flask. Then with the actual canister, you want to make your way down to the weapons lab, and in the corner you want to make sure that you install that preferably before a hellhound round starts, because you'll need a plague hound round starts, because you will need one of those to fill that up. And just stand in that corner and wait, and once he does, I just sidestep, and one kill does fill up that canister instantly. Now retrieve that canister and make your way back upstairs through the control room and all the way to the actual crash site, where you'll see a weapons crate to the left, and it's very close to the actual plane. Place that canister down and you'll be able to shoot the canister and have access to the Nova 5 Wonder weapon upgrade. Now next up, for the cryogenic, you're going to want to go back to the actual pond area once you have a Megalton. I had one split in half, and you're going to stand by that tree with the fungus on it and get him to shoot like so one of his radio blasts, and then you'll be able to place your flask down once that fungus is glowing purple, and that way you'll be able to collect and fill and collect the flask. Next up, take that filled flask to the medical bay, and you'll see that second crate where you can pour it on the chains, and next you have access to the cryo emitter, the second wonder weapon upgrade. It's pretty good. I'm going to take the anomaly which spawned in near the pond for me, and I'm going to start on the anthoscope build. The first actual part of 3 is in the crash site on the actual plane wing of the crash plane, and every time that you do pick up one of these, a new plague hound round starts, a little mini plague hound round starts. So just run straight through if you can, or just do it kind of at your pace, however you got to. But the second one is at the bottom of the stairs in the particle accelerator room right next to that tunnel. Now the third and final piece is in the spawn area in the yard underneath the steps. You'll see them, they glowing yellow once you're inside of that dark ether. Now once you do have that all 3 pieces, make your way to the particle accelerator room. Now at the bottom you'll see a workbench. Go ahead and craft that, and you do have the anthoscope. Now once you do have that anthoscope built, you want to make your way to the medical bay, where a new anomaly will have spawned in. It'll be right at the top of the steps. So go ahead and make your way there and take that, and then you want to head into the little computer room, where if you will, and you look, and you now have access to Dr. Vogel's diary. Grab his diary, and then right behind Speed Cola, a white spear will be floating around. Interact, and then I had zombies on me, so I had to shake them. But interact, and then his spectral reflection shows up, and you can interact with that. Now you need to do this 3 times, and the second spectral reflection is in the control room right next on the right where the panels are. So hand him the diary again, the same fashion, and that's number 2 down, and then head down to the particle accelerator room where you built the anthoscope, and that's the third and final spectral reflection. So once that's done, make your way back up to the med bay and head to the computer where you can now enter the password, and you'll see that the containment unit now lights up. Now, of course, with the fuse that we picked up from the crash site from earlier, make your way to the new anomaly that spawns in near this tree with that fungus on it. Take that and then head down to the weapons lab, and on the other side of the wall you'll see that there's a plasma cutter that wasn't there before. Interact and it'll insert the fuse, then head back up to the pond area where you now have access to the thermophasic dye weapon, the third wonder weapon upgrade, and I do like this a lot. It's probably number 2 on my list. I do like the electricity better. Now for the 4th elemental upgrade, you're going to make your way back to that particle accelerator room right by the bottom of the steps in the corner and hit that anomaly that spawned in. Now make your way through the tunnel into the crash site, pull out your dye weapon, and you're going to want to suck the essence of these little glowing yellow crystals that's around the maps, and basically just run back to the particle accelerator room on the opposite side of where that anomaly spawned in, shoot the box, and it'll fill up each time with one of the essence. The second will be in the penthouse area right beside the all perk machine. inhale that essence and do the same thing as far as the box is concerned, and you'll see that there'll be a second light on it. Now the third and final crystal is in the pond area right beside where the mystery box spawns in at. So of course do the same thing, shoot the box once you have that essence, and now you have access to the dye electro ball, which, like I was saying, is my favorite for definite good reason. So now you have all 4 wonder weapon upgrades. Now you want to make your way back to the medical bay and take each corresponding color and shoot the little foots of the containment unit. Red for red, green for green, blue for blue, of course yellow for yellow. Each one will rise individually, and that step will be completed once all 4 are up. Now another anomaly will pop up at the bottom of the med bay in the doorway, and you take that and then turn back around basically to the top of the med bay, and you'll see a chance to see another spectral reflection. So now they will drop a dark aether wrench once they are done, and go ahead and grab that and make your way back to the spawn area in the yard, and you can walk around the tank a few times and you can interact with that tank. It'll work on the tank, and then basically a zombie will spawn up once you're done with the tank. Kill him. And you see I went ahead and bought a Semtex grenade because you have to throw a Semtex, basically throw an explosive into the top of the tank and it will fire. Semtex it worked out best for me. I got dropped earlier doing it with the actual frag. Now retrieve the actual decontamination agent, and once you do pick that up, a small play count round starts, so just beware. And that decontamination unit does make you it does make you walk slow, and it drops your gun, but you can just drop it with square or your corresponding button. Now make your way all the way back down to the control room, back to where you picked up the wrench, and enter the decontamination agent. And once you do that, everything will start working, and what you need then is a specimen, and you'll hear that come over the actual intercom. Now the specimen that you'll need is a megalaton that's been split in 2, so just have one already split and lure them into the bottom or the middle area of the med bay, and they'll get sucked in one by one. Now, right after the second half of the megalodon gets sucked up, go ahead and head back to the computer area, and once you hit that computer, it will kind of start a lockdown process, and you get a little cutscene, and no zombies can come inside of that room. Now, this is important whether you're playing on solo or, well, solo of course, but duos or trios or quads. However, every player needs to be inside of that room, or else this step will not work. You'll just keep on running around. Now he'll burst out and then he'll run off. That's the norm. You need to go ahead and do your thing to set up and get ready for the boss fight. You're getting close to the end. Of course, they're gonna throw plague hounds at you. So next, you want to make your way to the living room where a new anomaly has spawned in, right where you got the actual diamond weapon in the first place. Now go ahead and take that anomaly and make your way back to the Omega Outpost, and you'll see a spot where a spectral reflection you can go ahead and interact, and he'll start talking about the picture. And once he's done, you'll basically get kicked out, and you'll have access to the picture that he does drop. Now it brings you back to the particle accelerator room after you went ahead and collected that photograph, and you can go down and hand the photograph to Orlov, where you'll get another little brief moment where he tells you what's going on. And again, you want to make sure that you're already set up, guns are already upgraded, pack-a-punch, the proper upgrade that you have. Like I said, the Electro is my favorite one. It definitely shreds, and I had monkeys and everything. So the end, just basically you want to protect him and make sure that you keep him off of him long enough, and that Aether Shroud comes in super handy. It should be, fairly easy depending on which level you decide to do this on. And of course, turn does work well because it takes their attention off of you, and that definitely helps out. So it's just going to be a few different spots where you're going to need to protect Orlov, and it gets kind of hectic, but like I say, you'll have chances to repair your armor. You know, you'll be pretty much set up. You just have to figure out a good little algorithm for which path you're going to take. Like I said, you're going to want to have those monkeys on hand, and that electro is a lot of help. Having that tier 3, that was probably the most helpful thing that you probably could run with. And as you see, Orlov, he has a lot of health, but I didn't want to chance it too much. So, not too long in one space. And again, that Ether Shroud, it helped so much. I really wasn't using it too much. It was still a pretty early round. Level 28, not too high. But once you go ahead and get Legend Light, you'll know everything is already good for you. And he's already destroyed the particle accelerator room. So now lightning is everywhere. If you take this path that I took, it's the least resistance. I mean, these bolts of lightning are one hit and they will drop you. Honestly, I think even if you get a little bit too close to them, they still kind of like hurt you a little bit. And just make your way to the exfil, the normal exfil location, and the chopper will land for you. And boom, there you go. Evil is unleashed, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I thank you so much for watching this video or even just clicking on it. Please, again, like, subscribe, leave me some comments, hit that notifications bell. Like I said, you can catch me when I'm on or when I'm dropping new content or something's on the way. I will be live and rolling one-side FRIEBASE Z drops. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, stay safe. And again, like and subscribe for me. Thank you so much again.